Now, let me get to Canelo. And I'm going to keep it all the way 100, man. I feel like Canelo at this juncture in his career is going to get to a point where he's going to be in a lot of trouble. And the reason why I say that he's going to be in a lot of trouble is because Canelo Alvarez, for probably the past 4 or 5 years, has kind of stopped really being a boxer and just absolutely only been a power puncher. Part of the reason why we never did get the trilogy until we might possibly get it this year with Triple G is because Triple G was one of those fighters who Canelo knew could take his punch and then give the punches back. When you look at Billy Joe Saunders had moments where he was touching Canelo, outboxing Canelo, but guess what? He just couldn't take the Canelo Alvarez power, and Canelo got him out of there. No, you look at a Caleb Plant. There were moments when Caleb Plant, people were amazed at how Caleb Plant was getting off against Canelo Alvarez. But in the end, what happened? Caleb Plant just couldn't take the power when it got down into the end of the day. And so
celebrating.
Right. And so what I think is going to happen, man, is he's going to go back down to 168. At age 32, I don't believe that Canelo Alvarez is going to stop being a flat-footed fighter just going for power punches. I really don't see Canelo Alvarez getting on his tippy toes and starting to go back to bouncing and moving around and really boxing. So I think that there's going to really start to be a lot of dogs, whether it be David Benavidez, whether it be a Demetrius Andrade. I think there's going to be a lot of dogs at 168, man, that are going to be able to sit there and take his power, and they're going to be able to give it right back to Canelo. I really don't see him really changing his style of fighting at this age and suddenly having a high volume output. One of the issues in the fight with Bivol was Bivol has such a high output. How you can't have a man be bigger than you, be taller than you, have a better reach, and have more output than you as a fighter. You're gonna totally be at a disadvantage if you're Canelo when a guy can do all of those things against you. So I really think, with Canelo, that I see him as being in trouble, bro. I really see him as being in trouble even when he goes back down to 168. And the last thing I'll say about Canelo is right now, there's a lot of people who are giving this is just my opinion, fans. And I know a lot of y'all out there probably are going to disagree, but a lot of people are trying to create this narrative right now that JD of Boxing Vibes, don't agree with. And the narrative is suddenly that I wanted to be great, so I went up to 175, and that the reason why I lost is I was just daring to be great, yada 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 yada. I'm sorry. Yes. People out there, I personally, I'm not speaking for nobody else, but I don't believe that narrative. I personally believe that Saul Canelo Alvarez saw Dimitri Bivol as a fighter who does not pack a serious punch, and he felt, because as we saw, he didn't knock Canelo out, but I believe Canelo thought that because Bivol's not a big puncher, I could get there and get him out of there like a Sergey Kovalev. Because a lot of people forget when he went up and he fought Sergey Kovalev and got Kovalev out of there. So I also think that when you look at the deal that he got, he knows at this point in the game, he should have the edge over a 40-year-old Triple G in the fall. Point blank, period. Even if it might be a good matchup, we're now looking at getting that trilogy 4 or 5 years later after the two of them fought twice. And at the end of the day, a 40-year-old Triple G just might not be able to hang in the pocket against him the way that he did in the first two fights. So that whole narrative of, he was daring to be great, salute him for being great. Nah, let me get one. I think he chose the path of least resistance, and he thought that he could beat Bivol and then slide on into Triple G, and then he would worry about David Benavidez, Charlo, and them next year.
Right. So let me bounce off that real quick, because that's funny, right? So this is another thing now. And to hear him talking about the weight and da. Bro, first of all, we remember MacBook Air, whatever my man name was, he was trying to fight at cruiserweight. We remember that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to see that fight. Now, now he told Eddie Reynoso, this is what Eddie Reynoso or somebody's, Eddie Reynoso said that Canelo said that if he would like to fight Usyk, this is before the fight, before he, got a reality check, in my opinion, about all that weight going up and down or whatever. It caught up with him. Anyways, he'll fight Usyk if you can make the fight at 201 pounds for heavyweight.
Right.
He'll fight Usyk. I could beat him. So that is just funny to me. And then another thing is just funny was my man Bivol. Bivol is dope. Let me tell you something. Why Bivol personality is so dope to me because he's so humble and he's so honest.
Right.
And it's funny as hell because the media give you this image and they give you this whole facade, in my opinion. And I ain't saying Canelo is not a great fighter. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is just like the judges. You know what I'm saying? Even in the fight, they were like, you always see people that with a slanted vision of what they want the outcome to be, or if they paid or however it goes. You hear what they're saying, but then you watch it. And what my man said was, he said something to the effect of, he said Canelo was, so he said Canelo had good power, but he was like, man, they asked him, did he hurt him? He's like, yeah, he hurt my arms. And he showed the bruises in his
punching at his arm.
Yeah, he said, I think he got tired for trying to hit me with all them power shots. He was tired. You know what I'm saying? And really, he could have pressed the issue if he wanted to. That's why I say Canelo took the path of least resistance because Beterbiev, in my opinion, and Beterbiev holds the WBC and the IBF.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, Beterbiev, I gave him Bivol. I said, Bivol, you'll win a decision. Okay. Right. But Beterbiev will press that action. And I feel like he has the more power. And you know what I'm saying? Canelo might have got stopped. And I feel like even Bivol possibly could have stopped him or hurt him real bad and got him out of there if, you know what I'm saying, he was disciplined. He did what he had to do to secure the bag. But I believe Beterbiev would have been another story.
Oh, yeah. He wasn't gonna go down that road.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to hear nobody. I don't want to hear all this shit. And one more last thing. Now, did y'all say y'all saw you and J Box? Did y'all say, am I correct? Y'all say y'all because I didn't see this, I didn't look for it either. But did Bivol say he'll come down to 168?
Oh, without a doubt, bro. But Bivol said that he'll go back down to 168.
For everybody that want to get in the comments, whatever you got to say about whatever you don't like about what we're saying,
right?
Answer this. So if my man Bivol come down, he don't spank Canelo. He don't spank Canelo already. Now he said his dream is unified in 175. So that means Benavidez and Joe Smith or however it goes.
Right.
Not Canelo, because he out of the picture. I done beat him. Now, but Canelo on the rematch, in which Bivol said he honored the rematch. But I want champion terms. Payday. Champion payday. And terms, right? So with that being said, because I know Canelo's so used to being and have whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Suleiman,
be the A side. Yeah.
A side. So now it's a whole nother ballpark, which we get to see what we really got in Canelo right now. Because it's a lot less room you got to manipulate because of whatever reason. Now you done lost sets you back. So now if this man says he'll come down because to 168 to give you the rematch. But guess what? I need all them straps. For all them straps. You know what I'm saying? So we can push Triple G.
They just fought for his title.
40 years old. Can we push him out the way? And can we get the rematch in the next or the Mexican holiday, September, whatever?
Yeah.
Can we get that in September? Can we get that Mexican Independence Day? I don't know what it is. I don't want to be just. I don't mean it. If it comes off signing, I'm more ignorant. I'm not disrespectful. I don't know the name of the holiday, but that's the date he like to that next day he got the fight on. Can we get the rematch at 168 for the straps? Can we do that? How do y'all feel? Y'all want to see it? Y'all want to see Bivol come down because Triple G is, come on now. I mean, ain't no history in that. I mean, we're not making history. It's just, okay, that's an exciting fight we want to see. But you know what I'm saying? Do you want to see him get this get back? Y'all want to see him, get his ball back? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it.
Hey, man, and I'll say this, man, and I'll honestly say this, because to me, Canelo is a good fighter, but he's not the top pound for pound fighter. And honestly speaking, bro, I'm gonna keep it 100 from my lens of how I view boxing over the last decade or so. The reason why he, in my opinion, at this juncture, he has 2 losses on his resume. But I say personally, I still maintain this, that now he has 4. Because I always say that we all know he got the loss to Mayweather. We all know he got the loss to Bivol. But I feel like at least the first Triple G fight was a loss. And then I still will say, until the cows come home, he lost to Erislandy Lara. Anybody who wants to doubt that, go back and watch the Erislandy Lara fight, and Canelo Alvarez lost then. And there's a reason why him and Lara never fought again, because he knew in that fight he really lost to Lara. So I've never viewed him as a top pound for pound fighter, man. I think at the end of the day, I think he, honestly, bro, I don't think he will fight Bivol again, because I think Bivol is going to demand, as you just said, Q, champions.
What Canelo demand?
Right. Yeah. He's gonna demand all the straps be on the line, that he dictates the terms. He's not gonna allow Canelo Alvarez to get the highest slice of the pie when you already beat him. So I think, man, at the end of the day, it'd be nice if we get it in the fall, but y'all fans out there. So now, because like my dog Q said, all of y'all who say that the whole narrative is about dare to be great. Well, guess what? Dimitri Bivol said, I'll shed off 7 pounds.
Let's go.
And I'll slide down to 168, put the straps on the line, and we'll do the rematch. So until we hear Canelo Alvarez say that he will do the rematch with Dimitri Bivol at 168, then we don't want to hear nothing about Canelo Alvarez picking everybody else off at 168, man. So it is what it is from now until we hear Canelo say he's down to do it at 168.
Right, and I'm so ready to hear what the people are going to say about that. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about it is, and it didn't take long for him to say, I might take this, because the first it was this is not over with.
Right.
Now then, the next day it was like, well, I might take it. You know what I'm saying? Because of what he had this whole what's the word? T-Pain second album, Epiphany. I really feel better. 160. This man trying to go fight. Man, come on, bro.
Yeah, man.
Can't have it both ways.
Right, exactly, man.
Can't have it both ways, man.
Hey, but the beauty of this whole thing, though, man, is I feel like Canelo Alvarez has now trapped himself, though. He's really trapped himself at 168, man. He trapped in the closet, bro. I'm telling you, he is trapped in the closet at 168. And there's gonna be some dogs coming that he's gonna have to.
Boy, once they done got Rilla, then
right.
Rilla, you know what I'm saying? Because the division got deeper with Andrade moving up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Charlie moving up. We already got Benavidez at once. Yeah, Benavidez.
Yeah, Benavidez up there too.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. So
ain't nowhere to go.
Exactly. So ain't nowhere to go against some top dogs, man. And